welcome to the 2017, well, it's not even 2017 anymore, 2018 Mars Dota 2 League. We are in Game 2 between this best of 5 series between TNC versus Fnatic. We're in the final leg of the Southeast Asian qualifier, and who makes it through is going to go to the LAN event. Now, Fnatic earlier this week, excuse me guys, sorry. Earlier this week, Fnatic already qualified for GESC, and so TNC, they've already lost the opportunity to qualify for GESC. Now it's their turn to possibly qualify for MDL. Now, TNC, they're no pushover, but neither is Fnatic. But earlier this week, we saw Fnatic take 3 games off of TNC in... I don't know if it was convincing. There were some very, very convincing games, but then there were also some games where it was just sort of... So, we'll have to take a look. The draft is very quick so far, and it's going to be a Leshrac opening for Fnatic, whereas for TNC, they're going to be going for the Terrorblade Witch Doctor. Now, Fnatic, they have been favoring this Leshrac pick for GSC and possibly their early games as well, and a lot of this comes down to Pielight being able to play this support Leshrac so well. He's been able to farm on a similar level as the core. He can solo kill supports. He's got a lot of potential. So this position 5 Leshrac on the side of Fnatic, it's been working out for their team quite well. So they've had a lot of success, and to go for this as a first pick, it's fine, it's a support, it's not really revealing anything about the draft. All you know is that there is going to be a position 5 Leshrac on the map. Although he may not farm like a position 5, but life is life. Sometimes you get surprised. TNC, however, going back for the Terrorblade Witch Doctor. 2 heroes from the last game that they played, and I sort of feel like for TNC, you're going up against Fnatic, you need to make sure that there's no Terrorblade for Fnatic. So to pick it up for themselves, it's not bad. Raven plays a great Terrorblade himself as long as he can get his lanes, and they're going back for the Witch Doctor again because chances are TNC, they want to play a similar style to last game. Play aggressively, pressure the lanes, and make sure you keep Fnatic out of Raven's lane. So that might be the style of play here for TNC. Well, we'll take a look at this because we don't know what they're going to be picking up as their roaming position for support, because as of now, we can see that the Tusk is already banned out. If they want something similar to the Tusk, there is still a position for Clockwork available in the pool if they want to go for that one. Other than that, I guess there are a couple of other heroes you can go in the pool. I mean, you can go for Dark Willow. Dark Willow Witch Doctor wouldn't be such a bad combo as well. Looks like Clockwork will be banned out by Fnatic. So they're trying to get rid of any of those heroes that pairs up well with a Witch Doctor. So I think for Fnatic, though, a step in the right direction just to make sure that they can't get this Witch Doctor online with a position 4. OD banned out by TNC and Death Prophet, 2 heroes that do reasonably well versus the Terrorblade. No silences, no Exorcism Ghosts, no Spirit Siphon, and the biggest one, no OD smacking your face and Reflection not doing anything about it. So I think TNC, their reaction so far has been pretty good versus Fnatic. Fnatic still looking for this 5th ban of theirs. Now, we'll see what they want to ban out. It's going to be the Earth Spirit. TNC gonna take the DK away from Fnatic this time. Now, what heroes are available for Abed? There is no PL. There's no Death Prophet. There's no OD. They could go for the Abed Shadow Fiend here if they really wanted to. It's available. Shadow Fiend, a little gankable. TNC can definitely punish the Shadow Fiend. They're really pressuring some of these picks. I gotta say, TNC, they're playing a lot differently than they did a few days ago for GSC finals. It seems that they've done their homework. They've looked at these heroes that Fnatic play and they say, okay, they're strong with this. Let's take this away, ban this, and try and pressure them into picking these other heroes that we like playing against. Dark Willow gonna be picked up here for DJ, so the support duo on the side of Fnatic has been finalized. Leshrac, Dark Willow, not too bad. There is a little pressure on DJ to set up for Pi, but also some pressure on the Pi to make sure he lands those split earths. As Elder Titan gets picked up by TNC. Interesting choice. We don't see Elder Titan very often, but it looks like it's gonna be the position for Elder Titan with the Witch Doctor. Pretty scary combo. This is also a really cool combo because it ensures that Fnatic, no matter what hero that they pick, any heroes with naturally high armor, are going to melt versus TNC. And to a certain degree, I'd even say Elder Titan sort of counters Terrorblade. So Timbersaw going to be locked in here for Fnatic. I do like this pickup. Pretty good pick versus the Elder Titan, as the reactive armor does not get impacted by the minus armor from the Elder Titan aura. So Terrorblade is not too bad. The lockdown on TNC is not impressive either. So it seems to me that Universe... Actually, is this Abed? This has to be Abed, right? Abed Timbersaw versus a DK. Oh, this is going to be a hard lane for the DK. It'll be hard. Not impossible, but it will be hard. We may have to see a dual lane for TNC just to make sure they can ensure Armel's farm. But I like the Timbersaw pickup on the side of Fnatic. Very good reaction. They've realized that they're trying to go for this minus armor strat, and suddenly there's one hero that's going to be in their way, which is the Timbersaw. I don't know if TNC saw this coming as well.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
So the last two bans, Bat Rider and Lifestealer. Smart ban on the side of TNC. Lifestealer would have been a great hero to pair it up with the Timbersaw, and Fnatic going back for Morphling. Interesting choice. Don't really expect Morphling pickups against an Elder Titan, but it could work. Morphling is elusive. TNC, they don't really have the best disables. It's mostly Dragon Tail and Coconut they have to worry about. If they get hit with the Echo Stomp, it will only set up for the DK and the Witch Doctor, so it's not really that disable that you're worried about. Morphling does reasonably well against Elder Titan. He should always be able to get the stat changes off. And, well, it looks like it's going to be a Night Stalker for Sam H for TNC. That's not too bad. Night Stalker does pretty good versus Timbersaw and Morphling. The Crippling Fear will cripple both of them. Night Stalker going to be annoying as well for both Paladite and DJ. And if we can get Ags on Sam H as well, they're going to work with a lot of vision. And TNC, they have a lot of heroes that are going to benefit from this vision. In particular, Tims. If you can get some of these Echo Stomps off, it will be some crazy stuff going on. But it is what it is. Game 2 between TNC and Fnatic. I gotta say, Fnatic, the line doesn't look too bad. I'm pretty in favor of this Timbersaw. It's just this sudden Night Stalker pick that may just throw him off. The Morphling pickup, I was a bit surprised by this Morphling pickup. I was thinking, okay, Morphling pickup against an Elder Titan. A little scary. Just a little bit, but who knows? You know, Fnatic, sometimes they pull out some of the craziest drafts and they manage to make it happen. So let's see if they can do it this time. It's game 2 of this best of 5 series, guys. I hope you are enjoying the matches so far, or the match earlier. You could be in for some crazy Dota, because we all know TNC, if they're running Sam H on this Night Stalker, we're going to be seeing a lot of kills. And we all love lots of kills in Dota. Starting on the Dire side, we have Fnatic, Eternal Envy on the Morphling, DJ on his Dark Willow. We have Paladite on the Leshrac, middle lane Universe, and Abed playing the Underlord and the Timbersaw. On the Radiant side for TNC, we have Tims on the Elder Titan, followed by Sam H on the Night Stalker. Middle lane, we have Armel on the DK. Bottom, we have Cuckoo on the Witch Doctor. And finally, we have Raven on his Terrorblade again. Second game of Terrorblade. If we go to a third game, I'm wondering if Raven is going to be getting Terrorblade again, and maybe banned out by Fnatic, or maybe even TNC banging it out themselves. So we should be getting a contest here. There's 2 wards on that top lane. We've got one on the low ground, one on the high ground. The low ground will be spotting out for Fnatic. High ground will be spotting out for TNC. We've got 3 heroes here for Fnatic, so they might be able to protect this rune. The only problem is that this top rune, not very well protected, but TNC, they don't really know where some of these Fnatic heroes are. They will see them now, so it won't be a surprise. They should be able to get these 2 runes. This bottom rune, though, TNC looks like they should be able to protect it. They're trying to protect this one, but the other 2 lanes, seems like it's not going to be too successful. Sampage going to chase after Paladite with Tims. They'll leave him alone. Let's not forget, Leshrac is a pretty quick hero. 334 movement speed, but Elder Titan, not too bad. Has the Wind Lace. If Tims didn't have that Wind Lace, he would have copped a little bit of damage already. Looks like Cuckoo going to be spotting out Universe. Threw the Maledict down. Universe already down to half HP is going to be losing a lot more than that in just a jiffy. Down to half. Successfully pulls the creeps away. Cuckoo going to keep on chasing. Going to see if he can get some extra damage in. Raven going to be farming in that bottom lane. This top lane though, dual lane versus tri lane. We'll see how this ends up working out for these two. Sam H can be pressuring DJ. Throws in the Spirit. Got to be careful in this top lane as well. If you're a Fnatic and you're not in position, the Elder Titan will be able to get a lot of bonus damage. And especially onto heroes such as Pi, you know, he gets hit once. That's a third of his... It's already almost half of his HP with 2 hits. Almost half of his HP. He only has 2 more tangos to fall back to. He's eating another one. But you got to be careful if you're on this Leshrac. This Elder Titan's going to start hitting like a truck. DJ trying to wrap around. They really want to get this kill onto Tim's. They throw the lightning. Sam H is still here. He's going to be okay. Bottom lane looks like for now Universe still in the receiving end of a lot of pressure from Cuckoo. Although unfortunately for Cuckoo, his HP he's not really healthy looking. So can't spend too much time in there. Looks like TJ though is in lots of trouble. Tim's doing his job, doing lots of damage to DJ. Now Sam H is going to come in to pressure Pilot Eye. DJ's still nearby as well. And it looks like Sam H, he wants to pressure DJ too. Looks like they might be successful as the body blocks from Pilot Eye will be successful. Gonna keep on chasing Sam H. He's still pretty tanky though. Looks like they're gonna throw the cast onto Universe. Straight TP. Can't really do anything about it. Goes all the way back home. Haste picked up onto Tim's. He says, no haste for you, Abed, as he runs up into that top lane. Gonna be a pain in the backside now. If he starts stealing all this damage, he's stealing it from all of the camps. He's gonna start doing some really good deeps. He has this haste rune as well, so he could kill someone. 106 damage. Looks like he won't use it though. I was thinking about it, but with 3 heroes here, very high chance that he potentially dies for applying a little bit of pressure. It's DK versus Timbersaw matchup. Not looking too bad for Armel. Armel's CSing pretty well. Arbed in the meantime not getting all the CS that he wants. He is not too far behind, but you wouldn't have expected the DK to be farming so well. And then again, he has a Quelling Blade, so he is out CSing the Timbersaw. Arbed tanking tower shots just to get some of these reactive armor stacks up. Gets that bonus HP regen, the extra armor. Armel not really caring about the Timbersaw. I'm just doing what DKs do best. Bottom lane, completely uncontested for Raven again. This is very scary for Fnatic because this is the second game that they have completely abandoned this lane. They didn't completely abandon in the first game. They did have DJ and Universe hang around for a little bit, but after seeing the killing power of Cuckoo's Witch Doctor proving to be a little bit too much. So at least Universe for himself, he can guarantee his farm in this top lane, sorry, this bottom lane, as long as he can pull and stack these creeps. It might not even be for him, it could be for a teammate. It was unsuccessful, however, as they did get stuck in this vicinity, so Universe not going to be too happy about missing that stack. Invisarin will be locked in? No, it will not. Saw the Witch Doctor coming in. It's like Universe still trying to hide from Cuckoo. Sorry, thinking, what are you doing here? This is my house. What are you doing in my house? Have to go back all the way to Fountain again. He's really going through a lot of this mana to try and sustain himself. He's got 2 points into the Firestorm, so he can start farming the jungle efficiently if he can get these stacks off. Invisarin onto Cuckoo, however, they could kill someone here. It looks like it's going to be Pilot Eye, and it actually lands the stun onto this Morphling as well. They're going to ignore Eternal Envy. They get first blood onto Pi. The stun will land onto both the Elder Titan and the Night Stalker, but mission accomplished for TNC. They get first blood. And it's going to go into Tim's pocket. Looks like a Universe has come back into lane after seeing Cuckoo go up top. He will still be in a very fragile state of mind, especially going against a Terrorblade Metamorphosis. Does a larger damage. Hard to out CS. Looks like they're going to try and go for a kill onto Abed. He's turned to Dragon form. Oh, it looks like Cuckoo could be in trouble. Trying to go for the Maledict onto Pi. Throws the Lightning Cask is there. There's no Dragon Tail available. Armel could just pop his ring for that mana for a Breathe Fire. He does get it. The stun will land on a Cuckoo. And Abed going to lock that kill down. And Armel just going to pressure Abed. But after a while, the reactive armor just going to proc. And the DK not going to be as effective as he would like to be. Looking at the CS charts so far. Oh, I'm going to look at this real quick. But looking at the CS charts so far, it's not looking too bad here. Terrorblade and DK leading on the side of TNC, whereas for Fnatic, they're pretty close behind on both the Timbersaw and the Morphling. It's just, oh, looks like Armel died. And that was with the help of Pylai Die. So successful gank for Fnatic, making sure they can get some revenge for Abed. And it looks like they want to head down towards the bottom lane as well. Try and get a kill onto Raven, possibly. Raven's still been a nightmare. Out CSing. Universe is not looking too bad, but things are looking a little bit shaky. But Raven gonna hide into the tree lines. They throw a scan down, and they did catch that. So they know... Oh, looks like my mouse is stuck. But they did manage to catch it. So they do know that this gank was incoming, and Raven sitting behind the tower, gonna play incredibly safe, doesn't get punished, and Abed reveals himself to the lane. So for Fnatic, their movement not going to bear any fruit. They have shifted Universe into the middle lane against Armel. So it looks like they want to try and ensure this lane, just to make sure Universe gets their farm. Raven in the meantime just going to run away, grab a illusion rune. And it looks like he wants to gank Universe. Now Armel is here, still no Dragon Tail. And wants to try and get this angle to get the reflection off. But here comes the DK. Metamorphosis. Oh, Universe! He thought he was safe. Unfortunately, he wasn't. Just gets destroyed by this Terrorblade DK combo. We're going to take this tier 1 tower in the middle lane as well. Bottom is being taken by Abed rather slowly, but he has lots of creeps to fall back to, so luckily for him, he's going to get that tower. Abed comes in, Terrorblade going to be hit with a chakram. Not looking too healthy now, everyone's going to back up safely. So Invis rune here, they're going to pick up onto Raven as well. Gotta be careful, if he gets hit by the chakram on accident, that might just be enough to kill him. Unless he goes for the Metamorphosis kill here. Metamorphosis onto Pi. And that's the plan. And he's dead. DJ coming in wants to kill off Cuckoo. The Terrorblade could come in to help, and so can the Elder Titan. And DJ, who was looking for blood, will need to retreat. Let's take a look at the net worth. Oops, here's the fight recap for Pylai Die's death. Just a few hundred gold. But net worth is in favor of Terrorblade. Looks like he's going to be going for the Sanjan Yasha build as well. And looks like Armel has managed to even it up a little bit with Abed. Now Abed's Timbersaw, it's not too bad so far. It's just he's, to a certain degree, I want to say Abed is limited to what he can do. He's very limited by his mana pool. He's trying to do the best that he can to manage his mana, but if he can get the Bloodstone first, that would be a key component as to awakening his inner potential. Because once he gets that Bloodstone, he can start killing heroes, accumulate those charges, and once he has those charges, he can make even more crazy plays. It looks like Tim's going to be caught out by Pi and DJ. Cursed Crown. Waveform, EE, gonna come in as well. It's gonna be Pylai Die to lock in that kill. Top lane, Armel gets the last hit. Middle lane, the most unfortunate thing here for Fnatic, they committed 3 heroes to kill a hero in the middle lane, but it was simply a support, and this middle lane is very healthy on TNC. So they have a little bit of extra time to move around, do whatever they want to do. So they're trying to go after Abed, but Abed with 10 stacks of reactive armor, just way too tanky right now. His team is nearby as well. So if they tried to go for a gank onto Abed, they could be horribly punished. Looks like the Night Stalker is going to be the one to go forward. Now he has the extra night vision, so he will see these heroes before they see him. Although there is a ward up here, so this vision is going to be limited to this particular region. It looks like Cuckoo managed to catch out Universe with his teammate Pilot Eye. Trying to look for a split earth. Stun will land onto the DK. No Dragon Tail. They will get the sleep off, so that's going to be the end of Pilot Eye. And everyone has already abandoned this lane. Poor Abed sitting in the tree line, just hoping he can walk out of there. If he's not careful though, Sampage could see him with the creep radius. It's very, very close. He will finally reveal himself. Doesn't even use his TP. Still farming away. Eternal Envy didn't participate in that bottom lane team fight. Looks to me that he wants to just finish up his first set of items, which is going to be a defensive item. He's going for the Lincoln Sphere. So it seems to me that he's worried about getting hit with the Dragon Tail, a Crippling Fear. Heck, even a Coconut will be enough to trigger it. So I think for EE, ensuring that he can at least maintain his safety means that he cannot be simply hit with a reflection in the late game. I think that's one of the major things you need to look at. The reflection is going to hurt Eternal Envy quite a bit because depending on what he's morphed as, that illusion is going to do more damage. And you can't kill the illusion. So if Eternal Envy has morphed full agility when that reflection is created and he starts morphing into strength, he's going to lose a lot of HP. So we could see a gank here. They've managed to catch out Sam H. He's a very fast Night Stalker. He's trying to run away, but DJ doesn't keep his hopes up. He's going to be taken down. Cuckoo spotted out by Pilot. I try to get the split earth off. I get the stun. Armel's here. We're going to try and turn this around into Pilot. They get the kill onto Cuckoo. Trying to figure out if they could use a terrorized. Pilot goes down. DK going to hide under the tower. He could have teammates TPing into him right now if they wanted to. They're going to do it a little bit late. There's the TP though. Elder Titan is here. They could get the stomp off onto Abed. Abed having to run away. EE coming into the fight as well. Stolen Dragon, stolen the DK form as well, using the Breathe Fire. Gonna change form. Uses the tail on Sam H. There is a Crippling Fear available. Gonna use it onto EE. Now EE, he is very fragile. 700 HP if he's not careful. Abed still here, does some good damage. Echo Stomp. Not gonna catch on to anything. And Fnatic, they will defuse the fight. Terribly gonna run right into Abed. Just runs into him. Just be like, hey, bye. These guys are on good terms. So Paladin looking to grab his own Lincoln Sphere. Oh, that's not... What am I doing? That's not Pi. They're blue. I know they're blue, but come on, Danny. What are you doing? What are you doing, Danny? Looking at blue heroes. You're not colorblind. What are you doing? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. That is Abed dead. Has he finished his... Has he finished his Bloodstone? He doesn't have the Ring of Health, but he's already queued up the Yule Scepter. Unless he's holding on to the Soul Booster and he's going to go for the Yule Scepter first. Could be a good item of choice. It will prevent the Crippling Fear from being effective, just because it will remove the silence. It will also be pretty good at dodging some of these fights. If he gets caught in the middle of the fight, just throws the Yules up, no one can target him. Of course, be good for catching other heroes out too. Throw them in the air. Once he has Ags, double chakram underneath them and drop them down. Let's take a look at item progression for both teams. So we're about 15 minutes in. Sanj and Yash are completed on Raven. Just waiting for this to be delivered by the courier. But no other real major items on the side of TNC. Just mostly support items on the Witch Doctor. Not much on the Elder Titan. Looks like it's going to be a Shadow Blade pickup here for Armel on the DK. And the Night Stalker not really buying anything. So I'm wondering if it's going to be the Ags. If he wants to rush the Ags to give them that night vision for the early game pressure. It could very well be. Okay, no Ags. Just going to be tanking up now. With a Veil. Not a Veil of Discord. Hood of Defiance. Hood of Defiance. Fnatic in the meantime not looking too healthy on their items. Still trying to farm up this Lincoln Sphere on Eternal Envy. Universe, he's farming, but you can see that he's not having a good game. Ideally, you would be expecting a lot more than this on an Underlord, but considering how TNC has been playing, they've been choking him out. The farm has been used up by Pi, by EE, and Abed. There's not really that much farm left for Universe. Looks like Pi gonna try and juke this out. He's trying to chase down Sam H. Now, this is a Night Stalker, so he is tanky. He's gonna fly over the trees. He wants to chase down Pi. He's trying to use all of his mana to use his Pulse Nova to kill him off, but doesn't do enough damage. So that's gonna be the death of the Leshrac. Bloodstone gets completed, although Abed almost dying. If there was one more trigger, that may have been enough to kill him off.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And Roche now going to be taken by TNC. Fnatic not in a position to contest this at all. Underlord stuck in that top lane. Eternal Envy still wanting to finish his Lincoln Sphere. Middle lane, Abed still probably going to grab that Yule Scepter as well. But the Bloodstone is completed, so he has a decent pool of mana for these next up-and-coming team fights. But this is a fresh Bloodstone. Looks like on the outside, EE gonna try and come in. He steals the Aegis. They stole everything. They stole the Aegis. They stole the kill. They managed to cash out all of TNC with this. It looks like Sam H gonna die off the screen, although Abed is in lots of trouble. Gonna be dead in a moment by Armel, and the gang denies himself. But the steal from Fnatic. They stole the Roche, the whole thing, everything. And TNC, I suppose for them, they killed off this Timbersaw. They did force a deny from Abed already, pushing him back down to 10 Bloodstone charges, but Fnatic, that's a pretty big victory. It means that EE is going to have an extra life, doesn't really have to worry too much when he's farming. If he dies once, he'll wave form back out. His teammates in the meantime might not be so healthy, as it looks like Universe is going to be completely stun locked by TNC. The rest of his teammates are a little hesitant to come back in. Abed is towards the south. DJ and Pilot A going to be running in more towards the east and northern side of the map. Looks like Sam H wants to chase down EE, who is morphing strength. 21k HP so far.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Game 2k lead here for TNC. It's not looking too bad. They would maybe expect a little bit more than this, but they are hanging on. They're still farming up their Terrorblade. Now Raven is quite a ways away from Eternal Envy. Eternal Envy has gone for a defensive item first. Terrorblade has gone for a, I want to say, a mishmash of damage and stats, so he's not looking too bad. It looks like Tim's gonna die here. If Tim's plays it safe like this, though, I don't think he's going to die at all. He could have TP support coming in to help him as well, but they all look like they're camping in the Fnatic jungle. They TP back out Eternal Envy. Oh no, it's going to go forward. Goes on to Tim's, and Tim's is dead. Oh, he's not dead! He's not dead! Gonna try and chase him down. Abed's gonna go full on ham for this, but he just can't chase him. Looks like EE, he was morphed way too much into strength. Way too much into strength. Oh boy, he probably was not expecting that. Abed, oh, gets hit with the Dragon Tail just as it was going to try and chain on out of there. Sam H is there, the silence, the Death Ward, the Abed. Is it the Arded? We'll see in just a second. He's going to cut right through Raven and Sam H. Looks like he will get pulled back to Fountain. He's not an Arded yet, but he was pretty close to it. Farm continues for Fnatic as they try and hold the fort down. Tim's should be dying this time. Split Earth is there and the stun, and they just... That was a pretty simple kill. Not really much to commentate on that death. It was a pretty quick one. Invisibility rune on the Night Stalker. They can start chasing some of these heroes that are camping in this bottom lane. EE though has TP'd back out, gonna farm back in his own jungle. Gets spotted out, however. Just did see him TP back in. So this knowledge quite useful to TNC, knowing that he is farming on their side of the map now. I still don't know where Piladai is. He is still hanging around, going for a Veil of Discord as his next item of choice. Is trying to farm up as well, stuck at level 9. But Fnatic, they gotta buckle down now, because these pickoffs from TNC, they're starting to hurt. They're going up against a DK and a Terrorblade. Two very scary late game heroes, whereas for Fnatic, their main late game hero is Eternal Envy's Morphling. Timbersaw, not too bad, depending on how Abed can play this through, but I'm just worried that he's going to be sliced up in this late game. Terrorblade hits naturally hard, so armor mitigation, important, but not as effective as it normally would be on carries. It looks like they managed to find Piladai with Armel. They should be able to get this. Nice juke out, but they still kill him. And it looks like they're going to keep chasing with this as well. DJ still running away. Jex is still walking back to him. It's a little bit slow, but looks like the Wisp does finally come back. TNC, very aggressive posture, especially with their movements. DJ wants to continue farming. I hear a Cursed Crown. Ah, it's Sam H. They could have gone on to Sam H, but knowing that there are lots of TNC heroes in that middle lane, the smarter thing to do was to just sit back and hold back. But TNC, they're not in a good state of mind right now. Sarmel just comes forward with that Shadow Blade. Oh my goodness, it's the Silver's Edge. He's so tanky. BKB used up onto Raven. Morphling gonna try and jump into the fight. Cuckoo pops his wand. Will survive that a little bit longer. They have no Blink Dagger to go into the high ground, so EE picks up the supports quite easily. They managed to catch out the DK. They missed the stun, the split earth. Oh, the stomp on all three. Oh, that was a team saver. Tim's the MVP of that disengage. That 3-man stomp. That was something to behold. I think Fnatic possibly could find some more here. They have no idea where some of these heroes are. They're putting wards down. They're trying to see if they can get some detection down, catch out any DKs. They see one sentry ward, so they will feel a little bit safer, but 3k gold lead for TNC. They are still not far enough ahead. They have not guaranteed themselves victory in this game yet. Heck, I'm looking at the win probability. It's not looking too good for TNC at all. It's about 75%. It's not impressive, but they're looking pretty okay. Their insurance plan in this Terrorblade is going to pay off at some point. 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the Roche as well. They managed to find DJ. Gets taken down. Oh, they catch the stomp onto Universe as well. I didn't think he was in range of that, but he's going to be killed off too. They both have buyback, so if there is any high ground pushes on the side of TNC, they will get caught in the route. But if they decide to push up onto the high ground, they will have these buybacks ready. Or I don't think they even need it for DJ. They may need to use it for Universe if this push is quick enough. EE still farming in this top lane, trying to go for his E-Blade. But the push, it's here for TNC. They say, guys, game 2 is ours. MDL is our title. You cannot have any of it. And Fnatic, if they're going to have a chance in this, they need to push back somewhere. They need to push back. The pushback so far is just the fact that they know Eternal Envy is farming. Looks like Cuckoo going to be spotted out. Tries to go for the TP, the Curse Crown. They will go for a Yule Scepter. Not going to waste the Terrorize. Cuckoo will die. Ward on the high ground, giving them all the vision in the world. But this gave TNC all the time in the world to run away with the rest of their heroes. No time to catch Tims, no time to catch Sam H. Raven gets out safely, and so does Armel. Fnatic's response is not looking too bad. I will say for Fnatic, you can tell that they are starting to show some sort of resistance. When they see heroes grouping up on the side of TNC, they will group some heroes up. Eternal Envy obviously farming on the other side of the map, but they are sort of forced into this position because EE needs to out-farm and out-DPS both a Terrorblade and a DK on the side of TNC. So E-Blade is completed. Could possibly find some kills with this. If he is not careful, he could be caught out in this very fragile state, and he could just die here and out. He's sitting on 900 HP. If Raven sneezes on him with a couple of illusions, Eternal Envy will die. Luckily for him though, he has the E-Blade. He can also target himself to go into that ghost form to prevent the damage on the side of TNC. So there is a slight contingency plan for EE, but the problem is if he E-Blades himself, he's not killing someone. If he E-Blades someone else, he's possibly going to die in the process. So as long as EE plays this safely, and he plays this very calculatively, sees an opening from his teammates, he should be able to snap up a couple of kills and possibly catch up with the Terrorblade. And heck, he could even go into Metamorphosis by stealing the Terrorblade form himself. And that would be pretty awesome. Take a look at Tellits. 26 minutes in. We have 75 damage on the Witch Doctor. Elder Titan has not skilled anything yet. He's level 12. Damage and mana regen on the DK. HP and movement speed on the Terrorblade, and finally 200 health on the Night Stalker. For Fnatic, we're looking at armor for this Leshrac. Timbersaw sitting on 5 reactive armor stacks and 25 EXP. Dark Willow sitting on the 125 cast range. We have EE sitting on 30 attack speed and agility, and finally Universe sitting on the 30 movement speed. So looking for that extra mobility. Roshan should be up by now. It's going to be up in 47 seconds. So still a ways to go for TNC, but once this Roshan is up, they'll gladly take the Aegis, and also, let's not forget, a cheese, as this is going to be the second Rosh of the game. First Rosh was taken by Fnatic. I think the bigger question now is, can Fnatic take this Rosh away from TNC again? Just some small movements from both sides. Let's actually look at some of this vision for both of the teams. Not really much to work with for TNC. They don't see anything in that middle lane, whereas for Fnatic, they only have one ward in the game. They have two, sorry, they have two. They've got one here, and they've also got one on that top lane, but it's mostly defensive vision on the side of Fnatic. You can tell that they've moved into this defensive posture, not feeling very confident around TNC's heroes. They might need to change this if they hope to at least apply any sort of pressure on the TNC, because TNC, they're just farming up more and more. And eventually Sam H is going to get the Ags. And once the Ags is up, Fnatic are going to have so much trouble initiating into these fights. They don't have a proper initiator. Their main initiator so far is the Underlord root. He throws the root down, they'll catch someone, and then that's when the follow-up needs to ensure. So that's when the Dark Willow has to go for the Cursed Crown, the Brambles, the Leshrac Split Earth. Still trying to build up this Veil of Discord. Hasn't been too successful so far, as the Eye of Skadi is finally completed on the Terrorblade. So Raven is going to hit not only hard, he is tanky, he's going to slow you, he's like, he's that bad dream that won't go away. But this is not a dream. It looks like the creeps are pushing. This should clear up. They're trying to wrap around for a gank, and they could run into a pretty big hero. It's on the high ground. They have no idea this is happening, but instead they run right into Pylai Die. He will go down. They catch DJ, who's sitting in the Shadow Realm. DJ is dead. No buyback on Pi. They've got a buyback available on the Dark Willow though. Lotus Orb just gets completed on Abed. Okay. I actually like this item pickup. There's a lot of spells on the side of TNC that can be reflected back. Obviously Reflection, Sunder can be reflected as well, Crippling Fear, the Void can as well, Dragon Tail can be reflected, and the Cask can also be reflected. So lots of things will make this Lotus Orb very effective, but Abe gonna try and come in. No steal, gets hit with a stun, but so does Armel. Roshan gets taken. It gets stolen, however, by Abed. But the only issue was that the Aegis and the cheese get snatched up by TNC. So TNC don't really care if they don't get the Roche gold. It's mostly the Aegis and the cheese that they're looking for. And chances are they'll give this cheese over to the DK. Unless Raven wants to keep both. Okay, it will go to DK. Amel has the cheese. Unfortunately for Fnatic, this next fight is going to be a bit of an uphill battle. Not only is it going to be inside their own base, but also with the fact that they need to kill There are 2 core heroes twice. Terrorblade sitting at a whopping 2.4k HP and 36 armor. The DK sitting at about 24 armor and 2.8k HP plus a BKB. Is there a BKB on the Terrorblade? There is a BKB on the Terrorblade. So magical damage. Sorry, Fnatic. Magical damage is not going to be very effective here. So Pilot unfortunately won't be able to help his team out too much. Neither will the Dark Willow. Mostly in the form of disables, hopefully, but yeah, I'm a bit worried here for Fnatic. Unfortunately, I think this is too much pressure to simply put on Immortaling's shoulders. Heck, we haven't even seen EE use the E-Blade yet. He's trying to build up a BKB.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And the push begins as the Legion
Top tower is under attack.
lines up ready to take this top set of Rax's. Level 3 talent taken as well from the DK. 2 times Dragon Blood HP regen and armor. So suddenly the DK is a lot more survivable than he used to be. Good thing for Fnatic though, they have been split pushing, so this does force some heroes back to base. So Tim's going to be defending this top lane. Middle lane going to be defended by Sam H. And the rest of TNC going to back out. Gonna have to push these outer lanes if they do want to have any chance of pushing into Fnatic space. Fnatic, they have this strategy where every single time they're being pushed in, they have other heroes pushing out the other 2 lanes, and it works to great success because it forces TPs out and it buys their team a lot of extra time. It's just, can this Morphling by himself carry his team through? Abed is doing the absolute best that he can, but with the lack of disables on the side of Fnatic, or any, I want to say reliable disables, it makes these fights a little difficult because Bramble's not a completely reliable spell. Curse Crown, it's okay. There is that delay that really hurts it. And the Terrorize, not really a registered disable. Forces heroes back. But it could be useful. We did see it being useful last game. I'm just worried that it's not going to be as useful. Nice creep cutting by Fnatic though. Abed sitting in this middle lane. Wants to cut the creep wave. Whereas for TNC, they're going to try and push up high ground if they can. EE, he is in this bottom lane, cutting the creep wave super heavily. And it looks like Kuku going to be spotted out by DJ yet again. The cast could be lucky, but it's not going to bounce back. They're going to go straight onto DJ. Kuku going to hide under the cover of Glimmer. KP will just survive the fear. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. DJ gets killed off. Morphling going to waveform into the trees. And looks like a TP out for EE. Going to be successful, but now TNC, after seeing that TP out, they're going to push middle lane. They say, it's alright, our tower's pretty okay, we don't really care about that, we're going to start pushing up high ground. And this tower is not healthy, it's at 300 HP. So just a couple of hits from Armel in Dragon form, and that tower is going to go down. They still have Cheese, they still have Aegis, they still have a lot of items. And I mean a lot of items. Hyperstone finish up onto Armel. Could be going in for that Assault Caress. Terrorblade going for his next item pickup, a Butterfly. Still waiting for the Shivas on Abed. Really wants to have this control in the fight. So it looks like he's been spotted out. Going to be hit with the Stomp. There's another Yules. Kuku is there. Could throw the Coconut right now. It lands onto both, however. Lotus Orb buying him a lot of space. Kuku will be shut down by Abed, but this invis from Armel going to go straight after the Leshrac. Split Earth as well. Should connect onto both. The beautiful stun landing onto both heroes. Abed jumping into the backlines. They're going to try and finish them off. Eternal Envy is here. The DK with the BKB. Unstoppable power as Universe gets shut down as well. They lose Kuku, but Universe and Pilot dead on the side of Fnatic. Could possibly catch out Abed. Abed sitting with an invisibility rune. And chances are he will use this to cut the creep wave. Gotta say, great place from Fnatic just to buy so much time for their team. This game could have ended a long time ago, but their split pushing has been a nuisance to TNC. The TNC, they say no shenanigans. We want to push high ground. Shivas will not land onto Raven. He is duking through this. Lotus Orb applied onto Abed. And Armel not really giving a damn about this at all, but then suddenly going to be taking the brunt of the damage. Eats the cheese in time. His team is still sitting behind him. Morphling going to be inside TNC's base, and this might be the end of the DK. The Echo Stop lands. Pilot Eye, the only one that's alive and awake. Everyone on the side of TNC going to be backing out now as we start seeing some of these TPs coming through. And Sam H could be in a lot of trouble as he sees this. The entire Fnatic lineup is in the bottom lane. And TNC gonna have to force some of these buybacks out. They are back into their base, and now Fnatic going for the crazy play. Do they really want to do this? I gotta say, this is all out, balls out crazy for Fnatic. They've lost the Leshrac so far. Buybacks are flying through like cats and dogs. Universe being thrown up into the air. Abed being chased by Tims. The Raven's still going for this Lotus Orb. Doesn't really matter. They're still gonna chase after this pesky little Timbersaw. Abed misses the chains. He missed the chain. He gets used into the air. They're ready to coconut this Timbersaw. Lotus is there. Gets hit with the Sunder as well. They're trying so hard to break this, no, it's no Linkers, sorry. They're trying so hard to do something about this, but Abed managing to get away. There is only no buyback onto DJ. So everyone else has buyback, but they're respawning at this point in time. So TNC gonna go right down this middle lane yet again. There is no TP on this Terrorblade. That is the scariest thing on the side of TNC. No TP on the Terrorblade. There's no TP for 40 seconds left on the Witch Doctor. There is going to be no TP on the Dragon Knight either. TNC, they could decide to end this right now if they wanted to. Tim's gonna be holding this bottom lane. Looks like though, EE trying to pull this with the catapult, but the creeps will come back. Tim's gonna try his best to try and maintain this bottom lane. He says, okay, enough with your shenanigans. We want to win this game. We do not want to deal with your split push. And I'm pretty sure TNC are very frustrated right now. Very frustrated. They get the done onto the Timbersaw. He's down to half HP. The Terrorize gonna almost save his life. The Terrorblade pops his BKB. TNC falling back to a defensive posture. Goes for the Sunder onto Eternal Envy, who's almost dead, fighting up against Armel. He is slowly changing back into strength. It looks like the silence latching onto Abed. Looks like he's dead for reals now. 50 seconds off the table. Has Fnatic overextended the stun onto both Universe and Pilot Eye. They're going to go straight up to Universe. He tried to go and Uber back home. It's not going to work. Uber has been locked down in Southeast Asia, so no going home for you. The only survivors going to be Eternal Envy and DJ. And this may just be it. TNC could end the game right here and right now. Bypass this Rax. Go straight for the T4 towers. They're running a Terrorblade. Metamorphosis is up in 12 seconds. 12 seconds. They have no idea where DJ is, but it looks like they want to go for Mega Creeps instead. Go straight for Mega Creeps. The Glyph buying a lot of time for Fnatic. Eternal Envy still sticking around. 17 seconds left on that BKB. Very tense moment for Fnatic. If they're gonna hold, they're gonna have to hold now. And EE buying a last-ditch item. It's a Sanjin Yasha. He's building stats. He needs to fight with his team right now. Their base is in shambles. 2 sets of Raxes down, and TNC walk on out of there laughing.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
This is game 2 of this best of 5, and for Fnatic to be down 2-0 right now would be a nightmare, because suddenly Fnatic, they'll need to win 3 games in a row if they hope to reclaim this spot for MDL. If they can win this game somehow, if they can bring this game to 1-1, it'll even up the odds a little bit, and it will alleviate some of the pressure on the side of Fnatic, and it will reset the game against TNC. It will reset. So Fnatic grouping up. They have the lanes pushed out, but they are grouping up. They're looking to try and gank. They want to abuse some of this maneuver from TNC. Looks like for now, going to be sitting inside the Roche pit. 13 seconds off on that Roche. If Sam H stuck around for a little bit longer, they would see the Roche. They would see it. Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard. 1 second, they're going to spot it. They're going to see the Roche spawn. And there it is. They should know that Roche is up now. They have the illusion in there as well, so the vision for TNC, it is there. And TNC got to be looking to grab this. Once they grab this and they get that Refresher Shard onto Terrorblade, they can fight with the Metamorphosis. Once the fight is done, eat the Refresher Shard, push with the Metamorphosis as well. That Metamorphosis is ending Fnatic's life. Top lane, they're going to keep Abed up here. Does he have Boots of Travels? He does not have Boots of Travels. He only has a TP. This could be a really good or a bad fight. We're going to see. Eternal Envy going to try and snipe this Roche, but the rest of his team could be in trouble. He's doing a lot of damage with a double damage rune. They're going straight after Universe. Universe gets shut down. He has a buyback. This Roshan, it's going to go down. They did not expect this at all. They did not expect the Aegis to be taken by Fnatic. That's the Aegis, the cheese, and the Refresher Shard. They got to punish them for this somehow. They either punish this or they wait for the Aegis to expire. But that means that the shard is still available. It means the cheese is still available. And Raven's saying, guys, screw it. This middle lane is going to push. The backdoor protection is not going to protect them. We're going to fight right now. And their base, it's lost. They've lost the tower. The Raxes are all that they have left. The Terrorize being channeled by DJ. Pops his dust as well just to make sure they keep vision on this DK. Curse Crown as well to make sure Amel does not get the initiation that he's looking for. They don't have any vision on the high ground and Fnatic are in shambles. Their base is being pushed by creeps of all sorts from all nations. Fresher Shard is on the ground. Can be picked up by who? Who's that been picked up by? I did not see it. It's on where? On DJ? It's picked up by DJ. It's TNC. It's their time to end it. But you can tell they're not feeling very confident after losing the Aegis, the cheese, the Roshan. You could tell they did not expect EE to be able to steal the Roshan time. But the fact that he morphed straight into Agi, had the double damage rune, changed the game completely, and now TNC may have to just bide their time, wait for the Aegis to expire. They may even just wait for the Aegis to almost expire and then go into the fight and kill EE when the Aegis gets reclaimed. Oh, look at some of these items coming through. Aeon Disc picked up on Sam H, meaning that he will get guaranteed crippling fears. Blink on this Witch Doctor. You would never expect a blink dagger on the Witch Doctor, but these items being bought up by TNC. If they lose this fight, there will be no buyback on the Witch Doctor. There'll be no buyback on the Night Stalker, who bought the Aeon Disc. There'll be no buyback on... There was another item we saw just now. Yeah, the Orchid on the Terrorblade. This Orchid could destroy Abed. It could destroy Morphling. If they can manage to get the Yules off onto Abed, he should be fine. Lotus Orb will be able to purge it off as well. The only problem is that EE, if he gets hit with the silence and there's no BKB, there's no Lincolns, there's no Aegis, there's nothing to keep him alive, that could be it. But they might even just be using the Orchid to pop some of these Lincolns. I think there's only one Lincolns, right? Yeah, I think there's only one Lincolns, but still. They could even use it for the supports. They just throw it onto Dark Willow. If DJ's already used his Yules, suddenly he's silenced. He's going to get killed off. He's got no defensive mechanism. There's no force staff. If he had a force staff, this Orchid may not be a problem at all. But because it's gone for Blink Yules, he's going to struggle as long as the Yules is down.
Radiant are scanning.
Scan going to detect Abed. TNC. Gonna continue on with the farm. Let's take a look at these talents as they should have been updated now. We're 43 minutes in. 120 gold a minute for the Witch Doctor. Elder Titan sitting on magic resistance and echo stomp damage. DK maxed out, plus 40 strength. Gonna be his final talent of choice. Terrorblade, 10-second reflection cooldown. Gonna wait for that last talent. And Night Stalker sitting on the plus 50 damage and 15 strength. Pilot Eye sitting on 15 strength as next talent of choice. Timber Chain range and cooldown reduction on the side of Abed. Dark Willow, we have the 90 gold per minute. Eternal Envy, not 25 yet, but very close. Sitting on waveform attacks target. And then Underlord, 100 cast range. Universe, still not level 20 yet. But it looks like we're going to have a surprise smoke on the side of TNC leading with Sam H. You're going to go right after these heroes. That was a 4-star by Pilot in the middle of the fight. Going to go down straight away. Fnatic, they just left him for dead. He has a buyback available, but Universe taking so much damage. The Legend Orb does nothing. It did absolutely nothing. There's no buyback onto Universe. EE dies as well. I don't even know where he died. He was who was right here. Going to be catching out a Night Stalker, so he's going to go down. They managed to kill off Cuckoo as well. BKB onto Eternal Envy, the stuns. They're heading into a big problem here now. EE, he has used the Aegis, so he will go down if he dies right now. Terrorize, going to catch out onto only one. Raven's the last one alive in this fight. They're going to have to bring this DK back if they want to win this fight. EE trying to mad fight this Terrorblade. They will finally kill him off. He got a buyback available. The only one alive is RML. There's no buyback left on the rest of his team, and they may have just underestimated the damage output for Fnatic. The good news is that Fnatic's base is still completely in shambles. They've got creeps everywhere. They're starting to take tier 4 damage. And so this chip damage from TNC, I don't want to say it's working, because technically it isn't. They aren't pushing anywhere, but Fnatic, they are holding. And TNC, they've got a couple of extra chances before they're going to run out of luck. So, for Fnatic, for them to hold on, that's all they need to do. Just hold on. Catch that moment. Pi going to die to Armel. No, BKB, TP. They did force a TP from Eternal Envy. Looks like Cuckoo going to be spotted out by Armel. Tries to blink on out of there. Still getting caught out. He's still very slow. Could be hit with the chakram. There's a Hex from DJ, I believe. Or was that Armel? I'm sorry, Abed. That's Abed. Abed's Hex. So there's going to be no Witch Doctor. There's only 2 people protecting the base so far. Still a buyback available onto Terrorblade. SamH will just respawn. And now Fnatic, you can tell they're feeling a lot more confident. They may be thinking that there are no buybacks. They're going to head down towards that bottom lane. Night Stalker going to go right onto Eternal Envy. Going to be hit with the silence. He still has a BKB. He's going to pop it. There's a stun. Terrorize. You're not going to do anything here to the DK. He's hit in a Hex. He's going to run back. They need to keep him alive. He ends up going down. They still have a buyback available. Tims will stick around. There's lag. I don't know what's happening. Raven is still sticking around. They're starting to lose some structures. They get a glyph available. They have a glyph. The creeps, though, will start pushing for Fnatic, so someone's going to have to TP back soon. Bottom set of Raxes have gone down, however. And TNC still holding on. They're going to try and Uber back out of this now. If they're going to kill anyone, it's going to be now, but they won't get anything at all. They force the buyback out of the DK, and they lose absolutely nothing. So unfortunately, the TNC, they will reclaim nothing. They almost lost the melee Rax, but they didn't quite get it. It is alive, but just on the sliver of HP. Luckily for them, this bottom lane will start to equalize, as it's going to be super creeps in both of these lanes. The unfortunate thing is that there is going to be 2 waves of super creeps. Pretty big item picked up on the Terrorblade as well. Bloodthorn completed. So suddenly someone's going to get crit down, and that's going to be some very painful stuff. Whoever gets hit with that is going to struggle. And it looks like for now they want to fight, and they might catch EE. They might catch EE. This could be so bad. It's going to catch Eternal Envy. The Bloodthorn is there. Pops his BKB. They force a premature BKB on Eternal Envy. Now the question is, do they go high ground? Because this BKB is going to be on cooldown for a pretty hefty duration. 50 seconds off the table, where EE will have to play very, very safely. And this is the call. They have not used any of their major ultimates. They have 12 seconds left on the Metamorphosis. DK is going to get his form back in 1 second. This is the perfect time for them to push. So Fnatic, what is their response? They're going to push middle lane with Pylai. They've acknowledged that he will be in a lot of trouble. Double waveform by EE, I believe that was his last talent. 2 waveform charges. And the nighttime gets popped. They're going to start pushing. Pilot are going to TP back into base. They're going to catch out Abed. 50 seconds off the table. He buys back straight away. Terrorize is being channeled by DJ. And Abed comes right back into the fight. The Rax is down. They've got 1 ranged Rax left. Terrorize gonna land onto 3 heroes. It's onto SamH. It's also onto the Witch Doctor, but they don't kill anyone with this. That's gonna be on cooldown. Is this the turnaround for TNC? Do they jump right onto Fnatic right now? This could be really bad. They're gonna try and chase them with the total Envy, but Envy, he goes down 100 seconds. Forces a straight buyback. Pilot Eye stunned on the low ground with the Echo Stomp. TNC reading that situation perfectly. Get all the kills in the world. And they lose no one for that as well. That's EE buyback. That's EE buyback, and also a Timbersaw buyback. And they're going to try and look for EE. Does he know this is coming? It's going to throw the illusion. The team is going to follow through the middle lane. I think this is it. Fnatic has said, this is it. We have no chance left. There are still a couple of buybacks left. There's one on the Terrorblade, one on the Witch Doctor. So TJ, Universe, SamH, and Tims. Fnatic, they're going all out now. They say, this is it. No chance left. They're going to sit on this DK. Nice force stuff to push him out of there. EE going to be stuck with the silence again, being hit with the illusions, taking really good damage from that Terrorblade. Now it's going to be Arbed's turn, hit with the Yules twice, managing to chain himself out of there. They managed to get that one Rax, but now Fnatic, they're on the run. Unfortunately for them, they make one misstep. This Rax is dropping and it's going to be mega creeps. And look at TNC's posture. They are pushing all the way down this middle lane. They want Roche. They've pinged it out. It looks like they're going to grab it as well. And this game too could be done and dusted. Fnatic going to cower inside their base. They will see this Roche notification in just a second. And once they see it, they got to think, well, we're starting to suffocate. We're going to suffocate really bad. Pilot Eye trying to buy a lot of time with his illusion, trying to pull these creeps as far back as he possibly can. It's double catapult with this wave as well. So Pi doing all that he can to push this wave and force TNC back. It's just one Rax. It's a ranged Rax. This is not going to heal any damage at all. Gotta be super careful with this movement. Gotta be super careful on both sides. 2 major heroes on Fnatic still with no buyback. 6 minutes on EE, 5 minutes on the Timbersaw. The Rax is down. This may just be it. This could be the last hurrah, or they could try and go for a base race right now. They've smoked in Eternal Envy into the bottom lane. They said, okay guys, we're going to base race this, but you are not going to beat this base race. This is a different kind of base race. That Ancient is exposed. Where's the Terrorblade? Oh, it's there. And this should be it. They cannot compete with this. They're sending heroes back. They're trying to, they might be able to do this. They might be able to do this, although I think TNC, they pretty much have this locked and loaded. They're going to bring everyone in, but they tried. They tried to do the Ubra strat. It wasn't going to work. TNC was not going to let that fly. It looked like it may have been a pretty good contest, but unfortunately for Fnatic, they just couldn't hold on. Now down 2-0 in this set. It's looking pretty grim for Fnatic. They're going to have to change something up if they want to win this next game, but hopefully they just have a bit of a team talk and figure things out. But we're going to jump into game 3 in just a moment. I don't know what to say, Fnatic. Good luck. You know, at this point, if you're cheering for Fnatic people, you need to give them your energy. Just do something. Just help them. They need something right now.